Welcome, Leroy. How you doing?
Good, my friend. How are you?
Well, in case you can't tell, things are a little panicked around this area of the country because we are projected or forecasted to get upwards of easily a foot of snow over the weekend.
Yeah.
And then also with that,
ice. I thought you were only getting ice.
Well, no, we're getting a foot of snow and a little bit of ice on top of that, just because they just want to. So it's like a little salt on top, just sprinkling it on top, like sprinkles on top of the ice cream.
We're getting anywhere between 0 and 32 inches. That's what we're getting.
I would gladly take 0. Gladly take 0. But yeah, so it's everybody is panicked, and the worst part about this week is that tomorrow night is Grayson Edmondson, and that's one of that at home, and they were talking earlier this week about potentially moving it to tonight, and I'm like, no, not one day less. And I'm thinking okay, then I'm gonna have to get my crew because my crew's already scheduled for tomorrow night and 24 hours in advance. Am I going to be able to get everybody in the right positions? Is Stephen Smith going to be able to show up on a Thursday night? I don't know. No, I mean Stephen Smith would crawl if it's Grayson County, Edmonson County, but still, it's just made for a busy week.
Well, and so we are in the middle of what we have called the Litchfield tournament, which results in pool play, followed by an actual tournament right afterwards. We are playing in the championship bracket, but they just announced that our Saturday games were moved from 7:30 and 5 p.m. to 10:30 and 9 a.m.
Ooh, nice.
On Saturday morning. So Litchfield's about 45 minutes away, so I got to be up at 7 a.m. because Taylorville is playing against Triad, and we already lost 75-39 to them earlier this year, and I just don't see us pulling out a win against them to move into that championship round.
What's the earliest game you've ever done?
The earliest game I've ever done is a 10:30 start. So this will be the earliest one I've ever done.
See, I did a 9 a.m. game, and that's rough. It was on a Tuesday too. I was like, there's nothing quite like 9 a.m. on a Tuesday. The Lady Cougars were playing. I think they were playing a school from a ways away. And it was just really funny because if my memory's right, it was an outstanding game. It was like one of these that sucks.
So you couldn't have any
such a good game. No, it was more just nobody was there. Nobody was really watching it. It was just really awkward to the entire thing. Because if my memory's right, that was leading into another, ironically enough, snowstorm. And they moved the game up an hour. Because I think it was supposed to start at 10 a.m. and ended up starting at 9 a.m. So I think our crew, our report time was 6:45 a.m. at our station to drive, 40 minutes to Edmonson County. And it was just kind of wild through things like that. So I think 9 a.m. is the earliest game I've ever done and probably maybe ever will do. Did you have anything else to add or?
No.
I was just kind of letting you take it from there. Great podcasting there.
I was all caught up with what you were saying, and I wasn't even thinking about okay, what am I going to say? No.
Great job. It's why people tune in.
We do have some early our holiday tournaments are usually starting at 9 a.m. but they always schedule Taylorville as the last game. So the days that we have 2 games, we'll play at 11:30 and 8 o'clock at night, which is fine by me because I'm not a big fan of calling basketball at 9 a.m. I just can't get the motivation to call it at 9 a.m. But it's just one of those things where if we would have lost, we played Glenwood and beat them for the first time in 20 years. Huge win for the program. And so if we would have lost, we would have played tonight. But the game would have started at 6, and I would have been home well in enough time to do the podcast. Luckily, they won, so we played tomorrow night. But, yeah, it's just one of those things where it's supposed to be minus 35 with our wind chill here. It's fine. I'm all good. That stuff don't bother me at all. But it's weird because the first initial maps showed a big hole over central Illinois. Everywhere else was all the colors of the rainbow, pink, blue, white, red. Central Illinois was they were fine. It was the weirdest thing because it's usually the opposite. Usually it's just us getting absolutely hammered. So
you're I'll give it to you. You can have it. Paul, 9 a.m. 9 a.m. is the earliest I've ever called a game. And
yeah,
it was,
they've moved my games, Paul. So Saturday we were supposed to play at. I'll just say we're if we win, we'll play at 7:30. If we lose, we play at 5. Well, they moved it, so now it's 10:30 if we win and 9 a.m. if we lose, and it's just like.
So I know that the girls. This has been it's been 4 or 5 years ago. They played in a tournament in Gatlinburg. And this is when the girls were really struggling. This is probably before like Steven's daughter played on the team even. And they were playing in the last place game of this tournament. And that was an 8 a.m. Eastern start in Gatlinburg, which means 7 a.m. Central. And I remember we obviously weren't going to go to Gatlinburg to broadcast the games. But I was just thinking, I was like, my goodness. I was like, that would have been horrendous. Because I was like, that would have been me. Because, I mean, I like to be at the gym, and at least an hour and a half before the game. So I'm getting there at, 5:45, and then what time am I waking up? How far am I would have been like, that would have been just absolutely horrendous. But 9 a.m. is the earliest we've ever done. Latest, I think it was almost 10 o'clock. It was probably the latest we've ever done one.
We did 8:30. I think 8:30 is the latest I've ever started a game.
Yeah, I think Steven and I did a game last year at the World Famous Sports Center. I think it started like 9:15, and I don't remember that game that we had earlier this year. It was supposed to be later, but ended up getting moved up. I think that one started at like 8:45 or something, so it wasn't too terrible. This wasn't really what we were supposed to. This is really what I was planning on talking about, but it's kind of a fun conversation, right?
It's been quite the week for basketball, and then you and I both. This is our busiest time of the entire year right now. Is the end of December. The longest month of the year. It feels like January just takes forever. And it shouldn't, because it's usually so busy you think it would go quicker, but there's just so much stuff going on. Basketball, and I had a rare off night tonight, which doesn't happen too often.
Thursdays are decently rare for us to have games. Decently rare. But obviously we had this, but see, what's wild is next week, for whatever reason, I don't know why, we had no games scheduled next week until Friday. Just that is very rare on either the boys or the girls side. Both didn't schedule any Monday or Tuesday games next week. And it's going to end up working out great because with this snow that's coming in, there was going to be no chance those games were going to happen anyways. So it's just kind of funny that it's like, well, that actually kind of worked out. Great job. I might have to ask Travis Johnston, be like, the head coach of the boys, be like, you planned that, didn't you? You knew that storm was coming right about now. So we're gonna take a week off so that we don't have to reschedule.
Way back in November, way back in like July, they were like, what? Yeah. A big storm.
Mm-hmm. We get one per year. I think it's gonna happen the day after Edmondson. But
hopefully you're able to get all your games in.
Well,
get that taken care of.
See, what's funny is Grayson Edmondson, this has been a few years ago as well, at home, because this is what they were worried about, is we start the broadcast, and a snowstorm was coming in, but it was still a little bit of ways. They felt like they could get the game in. Girls' game is being played, and at halftime, Edmondson boys show up as normal. We're getting ready to play the second half of the doubleheader. And then all of a sudden, out of my peripheral, I see their boys leave the gym. And I'm like, your locker room's not there, guys. Like, it's around the corner. So I think we had like a timeout or something, and I saw our AD, and I ran down. I was like, what's happening? Oh, they're leaving because it's snowing outside. So they left. They had gotten to the gym, and they left before they even played. So we lost our big, doubleheader and everything, and it was just like guys, if you're here, let's just start up. Like, let's play the game instead of you all having to come back in whatever it was, a week, 2 weeks, or for the broadcasters. But our at least our teams are both playing really well. I know the girls won 6 straight and the boys won 11 straight. So things are fun right now for our basketball teams.
Taylorville boys are 10-9 right now and starting to actually look somewhat decent. They beat a team that they haven't beaten in 20 years yesterday and are playing really, really good right now. Now we play a team that smoked us like bad earlier this season tomorrow. I'm not expecting us to win, but if they can put up a decent showing and make it a game, I'll be pretty impressed. So,
You see, our boys played on Saturday. They played a team from Tennessee and won. You know, they only won by 9, but it was one of those that it wasn't 9 points. Like they kind of came back there at the end. But yeah, they've won 11 straight, longest win streak for them since 1983.
Wow.
So it's pretty crazy. They're 2 wins away from tying the all-time streak, and then so they've never had a 14 gamer, which would be kind of fun. They'd have the opportunity to do it, but you know, Edmondson tomorrow, obviously a big rivalry. Here, let's quickly recap the pick contest from last week too.
Well, while you're pulling that up, Taylorville had a sequence yesterday where they were up by 1. There was 38 seconds left. They passed the ball at least 12 times before they finally got a foul on them. It was the craziest stuff I've ever seen. It was just perfect passing and brought the clock all the way down to 16 seconds before they finally got a foul on them. And it was just one of those things where it's like, you ever see your team do something and you're like, whoa, you guys can't do that. How'd you do that? That was Taylorville last night.
Grayson and Ensworth, I mentioned Leroy and America both picked the Cougs. The Cougs won that game. Taylorville against Mount Zion. Who won, Leroy?
Taylorville did. My gosh.
Okay. I didn't get the point there.
Taylorville stomped him. Now that we're saying that.
I took Mount Zion. We all took Indiana. Got the point there. And we all, not great. Conference championships. Not great, Bob. Not great at all for all of us. We all picked the Bills.
Good.
We all picked the Texans.
Good.
I was the lone person to pick the Rams,
yeah.
And I also picked the 49ers. So we ended up in, as far as the standings of the conference championships, we all got 1 out of 4. Good job,
awful.
guys.
That is
great
awful.
Job. Killing it. Good job. We did great.
Yes.
So the overall standings right now are, I have 113. America has 99. Leroy, you have 95 as we inch closer towards closing up this edition of the pick contest. So we'll have more picks as the show goes along here tonight. I know Steven sent me a message on Sunday night, and it was kind of like, you know, are we going to need to be worried about Leroy kind of thing? And I was like, I specifically did not message you. I was like, I'm going to let you have it. I've been there. I know how it's like to lose a brutal game, especially to go on the rides of doing it. But I think you handled it relatively well. It was a fun ride. Sucks how it ended, but it was a fun ride, right?
Yeah. Listen, I'm proud of this team. We were picked to finish last in the NFC North. We were predicted to not do well, with the promise that the future would be bright, right? New head coach, second year quarterback. They exceeded all their expectations, and I think 5 years from now, when they look back at this season, I'm really hoping that it's gonna be 2026 was when, or 2025, 26 was when everything started progressing the right way. We picked up a couple wins over Green Bay, a huge playoff win against them, exercised some of our demons with that. And it didn't end the way that it did, but the chances were there. And hopefully, as Caleb gets a little bit older and a little bit more mature, he'll be able to get that figured out and be able to do that. But they had their chances. That throw in the fourth quarter, that throw was insane.
My other takeaway from that throw, great throw. What the hell is the defense doing?
They thought the game was over. Had to have.
Yeah, because it was a great throw, but what horrendous defense by the corner. Because that should have been picked, knocked down.
I was watching with a buddy of mine, Grayson. I was watching with Grayson, and we were like, dude, like after we settled down, it was like, whoa, wait a minute. We're like, where was the defenders on that? Because it was a one-on-one matchup, and it shouldn't have been. Like, it shouldn't have been a one-on-one matchup. And it really felt like they thought the game was wrapped up. They flushed Caleb out of pocket. And I'm sorry, if you've watched any tape on the Bears this year, you got to play, especially in the fourth quarter, you got to play every single down. Like, it doesn't matter. So kudos to them. The Rams eked out a win. And I'll say it, they eked out a win. Both teams did not really play that well. It was cold. I mean, it was really, really cold. I can't imagine that I would play that much better in that kind of weather. But my gosh, the drops. There were so many drops in that game. It really just felt like whoever has the ball last is going to win the game.
See, for me, the best part about that game, and I think I could probably speak for Paul too in this, and Paul, you can correct me if I'm wrong, is, for me, I didn't really care who won. I just wanted to be entertained. And I was entertained.
Were you entertained? Because
I was entertained. Yeah,
if you were a Rams fan, it was a fantastic game.
Oh yeah. And listen, I've been at those last, like today is the anniversary of when the Bengals beat the Titans 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And it was a back and forth game and so on. And Evan McPherson hit the game-winning field goal to send him the AFC Championship game. I was miserable through that game. Miserable.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sure if you weren't a fan of either team, you were very much entertained because it was back and forth, kind of wild stuff on both sides, a rock fight and so on. But yeah, I mean, we saw a little bit of both.
45.4 million people watched that game.
Oh, I believe it. 100%.
It's the highest watched division football game ever.
I did see you complaining about some referee calls, at least from the weekend. As far as
need to understand, I just need you to, before you get on me about that. I just need you to understand. I don't know what a catch is.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what a catch is.
Here's my thing. I honestly thought they got both of them right. And in those games, like I like
because your hero did too.
Well, see, I thought that prior to. And then when he said it, I was like, "That's why I love you, Joe." But like, I think they got them both right. I do. And, and the best part about it is, luckily throughout the playoffs this past weekend, I could be 1,000% objective because I have no feelings towards any of those teams.
Mm-hmm.
Like if it's Pittsburgh, I fully admit my bias would cloud some of the things. Baltimore, cloud. Cleveland, cloud. The Chiefs, it would cloud. But I don't care about any of those teams. So I was able to kind of look at it objectively.
I just don't know what it catches. So, and I'm fine with accepting that. I'm tired of these rules analysts that come in there and don't actually talk about the rule. They're just like, "Oh, he was right. That's a catch." Okay, and why is it a catch? Well, the foot was in the left-hand quadrant of the right.
Paul's stat of the week. Tom Brady had 7,451 postseason passing yards after turning 36.
Insane.
That is 112 yards more than Peyton Manning's career postseason total. And Peyton Manning is the second most career postseason passing yards in NFL history.
Caleb has like 5,000 total. Yeah. And Tom's sitting there with 7,000 after he turned like 30, whatever.
36 in the playoffs.
In the postseason alone.
Mm-hmm. Paul's stat of the week there for you this week. Fantastic.
I'm blowing.
Fantastic stuff there from Paul. Appreciate you you sending that to us. You got a player of the week?
I do. I got two of them, both birthday boys. One baseball, one football.
Oh boy, did Mark? He did mention one today. I don't remember it off the top of my head.
Oh, hold on a second.
Good job.
Struggling like always. Come on now. This is why top podcasting Mark right here, man.
Mm-hmm. It's what people are just used to it by now.
I wouldn't have it any other way. All right. Here we go. You ready? All right. He was a one-time All-Star, wore the number 29, looks like the Cubs, Athletics, White Sox, and it's either the Giants or the Orioles.
Okay. Yeah,
all right.
You're going to have to go next.
Position pitcher, born 1985, turns 40 years old. Well, turned 40 years old, I think he's 41 tomorrow. Drafted by the Cubs in the 5th round of the 2006 draft from Notre Dame and went to Valparaiso High School in Indiana.
Would this have been somebody Mark would have mentioned?
Maybe.
Okay.
He was a below average pitcher, but lasted a long time. You know some of those guys that aren't really that good but play forever?
There's somebody's name is on the tip of my tongue, but I can't go to the next tab.
14.8 WAR, 80 wins, 106 losses, 4.15 ERA, in 364 games, 241 games started.
Yep, Paul's right. Jeff Samardzija.
Yeah, Paul got it.
Yeah, Paul. Yeah, Mark did not mention him today. Yeah, Jeff Samardzija. Yep, you're right. I don't know that I'd have pulled that one out.
He chose to play baseball over football. He actually had he could have had a pretty, well, I'm not going to say successful, but he could have been drafted in the end at the higher levels to play football.
Yep, good job, Paul.
I
don't know that I would have pulled that one out.
Speaking of football, here's the next one.
Oh boy. Okay. You'll have to give us the next one here.
Well, maybe. Look out. Where'd my screen go? There it is. All right, running back. Right-hander, 6'1", 240 pounds. Born in 86, turned 40 yesterday. Went to school at Arkansas.
Okay,
and was drafted by the Broncos in the 7th round of the 2008 draft.
Is this Peyton Hillis?
Crime in Italy. How'd you do that?
Arkansas. Running back from Arkansas, Peyton Hillis. Yep.
696.
And I saw the Browns in there.
696 rushing yards, 2,832 total. 4.1 yards. Denver, Cleveland, Kansas, and the Giants for a couple years.
Yeah,
boy,
it was those 2 years with the Browns that he, was on the Madden cover.
Yeah, talk about just the absolute. But yeah, there's our players for today.
Look at us. Paul says he would have gotten it too. Yeah. Once I felt pretty confident. Once the Arkansas running back came in, he was the first one that came to mind of that. Because didn't he was like partially drowned or something in the last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that, right?
It was crazy.
Or saved his kid from drowning, or maybe wasn't able to save his kid, or okay, in 2023, reported to be in critical condition after getting injured while saving his young niece and son from drowning. He spent 3 weeks in the hospital. Gosh, that was 3 years ago. Wow. I would have thought that was in the last year. Yeah, that 1 year in Cleveland was insane. 100%, Paul. You got any tidbits?
I do. Let's get to them. All right, so we are all set for our conference championship matchup. Seattle takes on Los Angeles. Denver takes on New England. Patriots don't do well in Denver. I have a feeling that will change this weekend. Baltimore Ravens are hiring Chargers defensive coordinator Jesse Minter as their head coach and signing him to a 5-year contract. That was just announced this evening.
Good hire.
Brian Flores has signed a contract extension with the Vikings. If he does not receive a head coaching job this cycle, he will return as the team's defensive coordinator. San Francisco 49ers GM John Lynch says the team will look into everything to find out why injuries continue to pile up year after year, including an investigation into the viral electrical substation conspiracy theory.
So stupid.
They do seem to have a lot of injuries, though. Dolphins head coach Mike McDaniel is expected to become the Los Angeles Chargers offensive coordinator. Seattle Seahawks Zach Charbonnet suffered a season-ending knee injury that will require surgery. And the Buffalo Bills have fired head coach Sean McDermott. Was that the right move, Sam?
No, I don't think it was. I think he was a good coach, and I don't know who they're going to get is going to be any better. Like, is Brian Dable really better?
No. Bo Nix is out for the rest of the year.
That's wild.
Injured it on the second to last play in overtime, apparently. John Harbaugh told Adam Schefter he's agreed to a 5-year deal to become the head coach of the New York Giants. And the Green Bay Packers and Matt LaFleur have agreed to a multi-year contract extension. Over in baseball, the Rangers are acquiring left-hander Mackenzie Gore in a trade with the Nationals. It's a 5-for-1 deal with several prospects going back to Washington. Cody Bellinger and the New York Yankees are in agreement on a 5-year, $162.5 million free agent contract. There are opt-outs after the second and third season, plus the fabled no-trade clause. And the New York Mets are in agreement on a trade to acquire center fielder Luis Robert Jr. from the White Sox. White Sox will receive Luis Angel Acuna and Truman Pauly. When I saw the White Sox will receive Acuna, I kind of did like this, wait, what?
Well, I mean,
there's more than one Acuna, Leroy.
I mean, the biggest Mets trade, though, was yesterday.
Yeah, the Brewers trade
Freddie Peralta.
Peralta moving over there.
Yeah, I won't miss him.
Nope, infielder, and I'd love to see the Brewers go down, but they will make the best out of them. Whoever crazy 39-year-old pitcher that they grab, and he'll be like MVP level. Infielder Bo Bichette and the Mets are in agreement on a 3-year, $126 million contract. JT Realmuto is re-signing with the Phillies on a 3-year, $45 million deal. And the deal that makes me the sickest, Kyle Tucker and Los Angeles Dodgers are in agreement on a free agent contract. In basketball, Jimmy Butler has suffered a season-ending torn right ACL. Indiana has won the national championship back-to-back years. The Big Ten has won it all. Quarterback Alberto Mendoza has signed with Georgia Tech football. He announced Tuesday on social media, entered the transfer portal one day after their football playoff championship victory over Miami, and immediately visited and signed with the Yellow Jackets.
How did I know he was going to pop up as soon as you mentioned something about the Dodgers? I was just literally about to say he was going to pop right up.
Yeah, thanks, Stephen, for the upcoming lockout. We appreciate it. Air Force men's basketball coach Joe Scott has been indefinitely suspended pending an investigation into the treatment of cadet athletes. They're not in the military yet, Joe. You can't beat them. Kentucky erased the 17-point lead to beat number 24 Tennessee on the road. Back-to-back 17-point come-from-behind victories for the Wildcats. And this weekend is the 24-hour race at Daytona, where cars will race for 24 hours straight. The race starts at 12:30 p.m. Central Time and goes until 12:30 on Sunday. So those are my tidbits for today.
Paul, to answer your question here, too, I would say Kenneth Walker. I've always liked Kenneth Walker with this. Okay. Those are Leroy's tidbits. Now we got Real College or Not.
Oh, no.
Real College or Not. You did really well last week. And I think the week before was the week that you did really bad, where London kicked your butt, right?
London did really well the week before.
Nothing like watching a car go in a
circle. Well, you're about to watch one go around for 3.5 hours, so...
he's so excited. Leroy, your first one is Wartburg College. Wartburg College.
Real.
Is it?
Iowa or Minnesota? Real.
Okay, you got to get the state right if you're so confident. Which one is
Iowa.
it?
Iowa, then.
Oh, look at that. You are right. Northern Shore University. Northern Shore University.
Real or fake?
Fake.
Okay.
She says fake. What are you saying?
Fake.
Trusting her is a good decision. It is fake. California State University at Dominguez Hills. California State University at Dominguez Hills. Real or fake?
I said fake.
Real.
She says it's real. You say it's fake. What did I tell you, Leroy? Trust her. It is a real school. She is correct.
I don't do well when she's here. Can you make her go away? Can you make her go?
Elizabethtown College. Elizabethtown College.
Fake.
She says it's fake.
Fine, fake.
Well, when you say it, you're going to make her wrong because it's not. No, that's real. Elizabethtown College. This is the one in Pennsylvania, not the one in Kentucky. Prairie State Institute of Technology. Prairie State Institute of Technology.
I feel like we just had this one last week.
I think it was real.
Fake.
You finally got one on her. It is fake. It is fake. SUNY Potsdam. SUNY Potsdam.
I bet fake.
It sounds so fake. I'm going to go with real.
I'm going to go with fake.
And it is real. It is real. Oh, her magic is starting to run out. Highlands College. Highlands College.
Fake.
Fake. Real, actually.
Which one?
Real.
It is fake.
No!
It is fake. Oh, boy.
Ha!
Drury University. Drury University.
Real.
Fake.
It's in the GLVC. We play them.
And you are correct. It is real.
Absolutely.
What state is it in?
Missouri.
Ah, look at him.
Yeah.
Frontier Valley State University. Frontier Valley State.
Real.
You were doing well. You were doing well. It is fake. And the last one is Hiram College. Hiram College.
Yeah, I want to say that's real.
Yeah, she's very confident, and she is correct. It is a real school. Good job. Good job today. You did well. You did well, for sure. Alrighty, time for a little bit of play clock. Ask or answer what the other person doesn't know anything about. Would you like to ask or answer?
I will ask first.
Okay.
All right. Mount Rushmore superheroes, go.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Batman. I like Deadpool just because I like those movies. Batman, Deadpool.
Also, the last time he's been to a movie theater.
It 100% is. Batman, Deadpool. I don't know that I really want to. I guess putting Superman in there. I guess put Superman in there. And can I just put the Joker in? I know he's not a superhero. I know he's a villain. But to do this.
I just laughed because if John Malone was here, John would put up like the four most weirdest random superheroes you've ever heard of.
Let's see. Steven says, don't know that I've got the battery to last till pick 'em, but I think Alpert would appreciate the new thirst we got. I'm not sure. I think maybe autocorrect got you there, Steven. Jim Halpert would appreciate the new thirst we got. Oh, the new shirts we got. We did get new shirts, and I don't know. Are you Alpert, maybe? Autocorrect may have gotten him there. T-shirts, yes. The new T-shirts we got. Leroy, okay. I'm going to call you Alpert from now on. In fact, don't I? I think I do. I do. That's right. I forgot. There we go. Much better.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We got it.
Thanks,
you will now go. You'll now go as Alpert. You went from Lurpy to Alpert. You've been called worse. 1 to 20.
100%.
1 to 20.
18.
18. Lurpy and Alpert. Sounds like a buddy cop comedy.
The stupid game.
I think you had this one last week. So pick another.
Two.
Yeah, you did have this one last. I think you literally just guessed the two numbers you did last week.
5.
I think we're going to know the answer to this. When do you feel like you're most your real self?
When I'm on vacation, when I feel like I'm my real self. When I'm on vacation, when I'm so far away from my work that my phone doesn't even work, that's when I feel like my real self. June. Yeah, well, during this broadcast too. Yeah. No, listen, I enjoy broadcasting my games. I get really into it. I think some of the parents I overdo it, but I get so involved in the games that they're like family to me. So I take those losses and those wins close to the chest. So probably when I'm calling basketball or sports, I get my real self as well.
See, I'm pretty good about not letting those affect me too much. Now the big ones, I'll be disappointed, but I'm gonna sleep. I'll sleep the same tomorrow night, no matter what happens in those games. Okay, I'm ready.
All right, we kind of addressed this a little bit earlier, but I'm going to give you 40 seconds more to kind of tell us why I'm wrong. Does the NFL have a what's a catch problem? Does the NFL have a what is a catch problem?
I mean, yeah, they do need some more consistency, but it's also tough to. It's because, I mean, like there was a play, that I know Bengals fans were throwing out there where Bills fans were complaining about something, but there was a Jamar Chase touchdown in the playoff game a couple of years ago against the Bills that was not called a catch. That was a catch. There are some things, I don't love I catch it, but as I'm going to the ground, it bobbles just a little bit. Like, I don't love, to me, that's a catch, there are definitely some issues with it, but a lot of it is how do you fix it? A lot of it is how do you fix it? Yeah. Okay.
It doesn't help. Is the scripted talk. I tell you what.
Do you okay, pick your number here.
9.
For you.
London wants me to share this with the broadcast. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
There you go, London. I shared it with
what would we have done without that? What would we have done without that? My goodness. This is a good one here. Who in your life do you wish you could thank properly, and for what?
I tell you, either my grandpa on my mother's side for just being awesome, or my high school teachers I didn't really get a chance to thank very much for, and I'd really like to go and show them how much I've achieved now. I'm not saying that I wasn't going to achieve a lot, but it took me a long time to get to where I am now for broadcasting. And it would be great to go back and let them know just how much. And of course, Brad Franger, I'll give you a shout out as well. I can never thank Brad enough, ever. No matter how many times I thank him, I can't thank him enough.
Yeah, it was good to see Brad. I got to see him back in the fall. It was really nice that very briefly did get to talk to him much, but it was good to see him. Paul says his mom. That's a good one. That's a good answer. Teachers are a good one. Now, are you friends with any of them on Facebook?
A couple.
Mm-hmm. And see, I'm friends with a couple of old teachers and so on, and that's always fun. Getting to see that side of them as well, including like I had my first and second grade teacher. I don't know how it makes me feel, Leroy. So my first and second grade teacher, I think we were her first ever class. Like I think she had just gotten out of college when she got a job to teach us, and now she has a son who's getting ready to go to college. And like she wasn't even married then. So I was like, God, like she posted on Facebook, I think it's like, oh, it's his senior year. I was like, it's his what? Like I remember when that kid was born. But yeah. So yes, I am extremely old. Very old. Ancient. Absolutely just the ancient. I mean, I'm almost 30. Almost 30. We're ripping through the show here tonight. But you know, a day later, I think it works to, especially with the snow and a Friday to tomorrow, because I think we both got busy days tomorrow. So you got some autographs?
I do. Let's get to them.
Speaking of Malone, though, where the hell is he? You know, it is wild that the Colts, rolling loud, and then as soon as they fall off the face of the earth, crickets.
He didn't know we had a show, I bet. Doesn't follow our page. It's disappointing, man.
Excuses.
I know it.
Paul Reeves found it. Steven found it.
I know. All right. Here we go. Autograph number 1 for you.
Does he not realize that the world revolves around results?
I've been saying that for...
Excuse. Is this Gronk?
Yeah. There's a theme tonight, by the way, too. You can figure out the theme.
Yeah, that one's pretty easy. The 87.
Favorite number.
Barry Sanders.
All right, 2 for 2. Here, look. Let Paul Reeves see it before you say what it is. Sam.
Okay, I won't say anything on this one.
Good grief. There you go, smart Alec. Not so fun now, is it?
What the hell even is that? It looks like a graph you'd make in math class. Is that a number 10?
It is, but I saw this autograph and I was like, all right, that's different.
So are these guys that played their entire career for the same team?
No, well, maybe, but that wasn't what I was going for.
Is there a letter in here that you can show us?
That's a Y.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Where is the Y?
Right there. I don't know. There's a Y in his name, okay? That's the only hint I'm giving you.
Larry Zonka is Steven's guess. Is he right?
No.
There is a Y in his name. I mean, is it his like? Does at some point in his name it has a Y?
The initials are VY.
Vince Young.
See, that's why I didn't want to give it to you, you jerk.
Okay.
Gosh.
That's Vince. How?
All right, so we've got Vince Young, Barry Sanders, and Rob Gronkowski. What do all three of these guys have in common?
Well, they all played college at schools that are now in the Big 12. No, I guess nope. Texas is not anymore, so I'm wrong there because Texas is now in the SEC. So Arizona, Oklahoma State, Patriots, Lions, Titans, I guess.
Good job, Paul.
I would have never gotten that without the hint, though. Never. Yeah, they were all really good in college. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
The theme for tonight is they were all on the cover of Madden. I was hoping the Peyton Hillis would give it away earlier.
Oh, see, no, I didn't. If you had a Peyton Hillis on here, then I would have. God, I forgot that Vince Young was on the cover of Madden. I guess he was.
Yep, 08.
Interesting.
And he's passed on now, hasn't he?
No, you're thinking of Steve McNair.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Don't kill Vince Young.
No, God,
yeah.
Gosh, no.
Yeah, no. I at least I think Vince Young's still kicking. I hadn't checked in a while, but
heads to Google.
Yeah, Vince Young's still good. Yeah, he's only 42.
All right. Hey, Vince.
Yeah, he's still good. Yeah, you're thinking of Steve McNair, who's been gone probably 15 years now, if not even longer than that. Yeah. Okay. I guess now, man, we really are ripping through it all here this week. Time for a little bit of pick contest here because we don't have a ton to pick. In fact, we only have 3 games to pick. America, you will be picking the Taylorville game. So, Leroy, you will be the only one picking Grayson County hosting Edmondson County. Leroy, do you got the Cougs or do you got the Cats in a game? Again, America, you will be picking with me in the Taylorville game of the week.
I can't pick Edmondson County. Go Cougs.
Leroy is picking the Cougs in this game. Something tells me that atmosphere tomorrow night might be a little jacked up. Okay, what's our Taylorville game of the week?
Taylorville Tornadoes head out on... No, they're home. They take on Rochester, who sits at 9-8. Taylorville sits at 10-9. Of course, Taylorville has a game that they're probably going to lose against Triad tomorrow night, but that's not the game.
Why aren't you letting me pick that one?
You know darn well why I'm not letting you pick that game. 10-9 versus 9-8.
I'm picking Triad to win.
That wasn't your choice.
Too bad. I have the spreadsheet, so that's what I'm doing. I'll pick Taylorville to beat whoever they're playing. Steven's picking the Cougs, but closer than we think. Steven, I think the opposite. I think after the game was close on Tuesday, I think the Cougs might roll.
Oh. A friendly wager, London.
Here's the thing.
A friendly wager.
I hadn't updated it now after the last game on Tuesday, but through the first 5 home games of the season, Leroy, the Cougs at home were averaging nearly 91 points a game, shooting 45% from 3, making 13 threes per game, and shooting 58% from the field.
That's crazy.
Is that good?
That's pretty good.
Steven is with me in picking Taylorville against whoever the hell they're playing, Rochester. Paul, you got Taylorville, you got Rochester.
Taylorville averages 51 points a game.
The Cougs, I have it right in front of me, average 79.2.
Yeah.
Something tells me the Cougs this year at least might roll. It'd be a fun girls game. That would be a fun girls game.
We've got a kid though that's going to go play D1. We've got a kid, and I know.
Oh, Paul is going with Rochester. Are we going to do a coin flip for this?
Yeah.
Let's do a coin. So it's Taylorville's at home.
Home team. Yep.
Flip a coin. You see what it says? It's
No.
heads. It says it's heads.
All right.
So America's pick is going to be Taylorville for this one. All righty. The AFC Championship, Leroy. The Broncos host the Patriots. I'll start it off and I'll take the Pats.
Yeah, Patriots.
Leroy will also take the Patriots.
You know,
I'd love to say that.
I would have taken Denver if Knicks was playing. But talk about an easy road, and I got a friend who's a big Patriots fan who will scream into the void that the Patriots are legit and that they've faced tough battles. Man, I tell you what, talk about the easiest roads to the playoffs, man. Finally run into a hard challenge, and the quarterback breaks a bone in his ankle.
Steven's taking the Pats. Paul will take the Pats and also agree with what you said. So the Pats is all of us going with that. The NFC Championship, the Seahawks host the Rams. I'm interested, Leroy, are you anti-Rams now or are you pro-Rams?
Go Seahawks.
Sour grapes from Leroy.
First of all, I need to win. Second of all, even if I was going for the Rams, I don't think they're going to beat Seattle in Seattle.
I'm going to take the Seahawks as well. I do think that the Seahawks will win. Steven's going with the Rams. Paul, go with the Rams too. Y'all, America, Rams going to get them. Oh, so America's going with the Rams. Okay. So America's Super Bowl is Pats Rams. Leroy, our Super Bowl is Pats Seahawks. Yeah, all of them kind of disgusting though, relatively.
I know.
Yeah, with it.
And to be fair, I don't think Chicago or LA was going to get past Seattle,
especially there.
That defense looks insane. And honestly, if I would really be curious, and I obviously it's all hypothetical, I think that first opening kickoff return for a touchdown took all the wins out of the sail for 49ers. Much like that game. What Super Bowl was it? Was it the Colts? There was a Super Bowl where was it Colts Saints? Where the kickoff return was a touchdown and the.
Well, I mean, there was a Super Bowl that began with a kickoff return for a touchdown, but
not that one.
That didn't end up helping that team win. Did it?
Safety?
Because I think Devin Hester. Oh, you're thinking Broncos Seahawks. There was a safety early in the game.
Yes, and the Seahawks won that one, but I think that I didn't really. I mean, I'm thrilled. I said this earlier.
He cried. He bawled, Steven. That's why London's here. London had to come comfort him.
I did not cry.
He cried 67 times.
Listen, I'm proud of that team. I'm proud of the effort that they put in this year. We were picked to finish last. We made the playoffs, won the division, beat the Packers twice. I mean, good grief! If the Bengals win the AFC North and beat the Steelers twice a year, Sam won't shut up about it for a year straight. So that's a win for us, man.
Listen, I was happy for you. It was a fun ride. I was gonna message you, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna let him sulk in it. And Steven said he heard you shouting from Taylorville though on the throw.
That was such a fantastic throw. But I agree with Sam though. I really think the defense just kind of gave up, thought the game was over, and I don't know why you would do that if you've ever watched any Caleb Williams tape ever. Like, why would you give up on the last play of the game? So you deserve that.
In general,
Bears deserve to win that game. If the Rams wanted to be stupid, I don't know what that play call was. I don't know what that play call was. And I'm not blaming DJ Moore. A lot of the Bears fans have been blaming DJ. I don't think DJ knew where he was. I think that concussion absolutely cleaned his clock. But I don't know why on third and 5 you're throwing it deep. And they're like, well, we've been aggressive all. It's overtime, man. You're like 20 yards outside of field goal territory. Would you have been able to hit? Be honest. Would you have gone for 2?
Probably not, since I was at home. Probably not, since you were at home.
Somebody said best. regular season, go for 2. Postseason, go to the playoff or go to the.
Here's what I want to know. In your heart of hearts, did you think you were missing the extra point?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Listen, I've been a Bears fan now for 40 years, my friend. It just took this year.
I thought it was going to doink and just doink out of it.
It took middle of this year for me to finally accept that we can do game-winning drives. Because, listen, I've watched Justin Fields. I've watched Jake Cutler. I've watched Mitch Trubisky.
Rex Grossman,
Cade McNown. You're not having a game-winning touchdown drive in the last 2 minutes. Caleb's already broken almost every single. He's already in the top 4 of all Bears quarterbacks in his second year, which is crazy.
Listen, Paul. No, the thicker kicker was going to make that, which is a phenomenal nickname.
The thicker kicker. Oh my goodness.
Kicker. Such a good nickname. Such a good nickname for the Rams kicker. I don't even remember what his actual name is. He was the kicker for Missouri is where he came from. Mavis, Harrison Mavis. But yeah, thicker kicker. He's been called that since he was in college. Just fantastic nickname. How much of the games will you watch on Sunday?
How much of the games will I watch on Sunday?
Can you watch them, or do you need a week? Okay.
Yeah, I'll watch them. And honestly, and I said this last week, I've watched more playoff football this year than probably in the last 4 years combined. I'm not even exaggerating.
And with the snow coming this week, I'm gonna have nothing better to do on Sunday.
Yeah, I've watched a ton of it. So looking forward to the games. Looking forward to Seattle going back to the Super Bowl. It's gonna be a Seattle Patriots Super Bowl, and I shouldn't care because we're tired of Seattle and New England, but I'm kind of excited for that because you think about what matchups could have been, and I'm all right with that.
I just think it's wild that Jarrett Stidham, Sam Darnold, or Drake May has a chance to get a Super Bowl before Burrow, Allen, Jackson, all of these actual elite quarterbacks. It's just wild that Jarrett Stidham has a chance to do it. Jarrett Stidham has a chance to go into the Nick Foles lore.
What did it say that he's played like 2 games? Did I see that right?
It's not a lot.
Something stupid like just 2 games he's played.
Yeah, it's not a lot. I mean, he's probably. I mean, how many passes has he thrown in his career? He's thrown one. He's run once all season. Okay, he's thrown about 200 passes in his career.
Paul Reeves, I can echo that, man. In my heart, I haven't missed a Mueller field goal either. You don't miss any of the field goals you don't take. So
that is true. You don't miss many meals. You do not. I saw you at the tailgate. You started frothing at the mouth when you saw the food that we had.
It was delicious. I don't know what you're talking about.
And then we went to Skyline after.
Also delicious.
See, I do. One of the things Steven and I bond over is our love of Skyline. So Steven is also a fan of the Skyline chili. It is delicious.
Bellissimo.
Delicious. And I hated that I didn't get it this time either. But I think it's gone now. They've been doing Skyline chili over mac and cheese.
Okay, all right.
Restaurant. And see, it sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
But I'd never been up there where I knew that I could eat it and then not have to go anywhere for a couple of hours because I just knew I could not eat that and then drive 2.5 hours home.
Paul, no chance. I assume you won. I assume Paul won. Something tells me Paul can cook.
Can you cook?
Can I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mac and cheese and Skyline. Yeah, right, Steven?
Don't ask Christy, but I absolutely can cook.
Hey, London.
Huh.
Can your dad cook?
And who made you dinner tonight?
My dad kind of can.
Kind of? Is it good?
A little bit.
A little bit? Okay, fair enough. Paul brought deer jerky.
Get out of my room.
No.
Did you shoot the deer, Paul?
It's actually.
I'm an okay cook. I prefer to grill. I do enjoy to grill. Are you a griller? Now, have you ever like smoked, like done smoking meat or
No,
anything like that?
no. See, I would love to do that, but no, I've never.
See, I feel like when I get a house, that'll be something. The wife shot it. Okay, that'll be something that I do.
Paul, when you walked in with the gun to be like, "Yep, yep." Remember, this is what happens. This is what happens when you talk back. I got you. No, don't worry, Paul. I know it, man. I know it.
As Christy proceeds to walk in with her shotgun in 3, 2. No, I feel like when I get a house at some point, I think I'll have a smoker. I think it'd be something fun to learn or teach myself how to smoke like a brisket or ribs or something like that. That'd be
yeah.
because I do love some good barbecue. Love some good barbecue. Alrighty, well, I mean, heck, we might wrap it up and yeah, I'm not running in a straight line. That's a death wish.
Serpentine.
I guess we can wrap it up in under an hour here tonight. I don't really have much else to add. Do you have anything else to add?
Nah, brother. That was good. That was a good show tonight. I liked it.
Short, sweet, to the point. Next week, as long as we're not snowed in. I know a guy that can get you a house loan tomorrow, Steven says. Ooh.
Have your people call my people.
This is accurate. He can't. Now, can you get me low interest rates?
Oh,
like a
see, now you've asked too much, man. Now you've asked too much.
Like maybe what do I think? What do you think? A fair interest rate is what, like 0%, maybe? Friends and family discount.
I think I'm doing like 5.2 right now.
Say I'm gonna have a house when I come up there. Highly unlikely that I have a house by the time you come up there, Paul. Highly unlikely I have a house. Do you know something I don't? That I'm gonna have a house in the next 3 or 4 months?
I foresee the future.
4.25. That's pretty solid, Paul. That's pretty solid. Because you all own yours, right, Leroy?
Yes. Well, the bank owns ours. We are. I tell you what. I need to vent. We have 2 minutes. So I'm going to vent for the last 2 minutes.
Off my chest.
I've been at my radio station now for 6 years, and I have taken off the Thursday and Friday for the Indy 500 every year since I've been here. And we have new ownership. And our new guy put in for a wedding this week for those 2 days and was granted those days off. And I was like, I always take those days off. And they said, well, the other guy put it in before you. And I said, no, I don't think you understand. Like, I don't need to put it in because I've had it off every year since I moved to Taylorville. Well, we're going to try to figure it out, but the other guy gets those days off. Outstanding. So I'm not too thrilled right now with my work about.
Leroy, it's just us talking right now, right? Just me and you talking.
Absolutely.
What are they going to do?
Oh! I said I am not coming in those days.
I was going to say, what are they going to do?
They can piss up a flagpole for all I care.
Now, I do feel bad for your boy.
Grayson's gonna. Yeah.
He's gonna pay the price.
He's gonna suffer. But,
you're gonna have to buy him dinner.
And a 12-pack.
Multiple 12 packs.
But I don't know, man, and maybe I'm overthinking it, but I just get really irritated when new ownership doesn't even bother to like talk to me and say, "Hey, been here the longest," you know. And again, I think I'm overthinking it, but I'm just like, how is that not on the schedule already? Like, I take that off every single year. It's my one sacred weekend, man.
And you get to spend it with Paul Reeves this year.
I get to hang out with Paul Reeves this year, man.
I still can't. Now, are you all doubling down? Are you all doing the bet again this year?
I am not doubling down. I learned my lesson. I am not doubling down.
You all have to do something else for a Braves Cubs.
Do something else?
Yeah. Set the stakes again. If Paul's open to a second one, and even if we want to do a buffer, you know, where like you get 5 games or something like that, I feel like Steven and I are neutral parties. We can be the ones to find a number if that's what it is. I think if the Cubs don't do it, I think you have to get a face tattoo from the Pressbox logo
Face
on your
tattoo.
Mhm.
Good. Okay, if I don't, Paul's gotta get a tattoo that says "Good, Better, Best" number 18.
That wasn't me.
I
think you need the from the Pressbox logo right there,
right,
just right smack
right
in the middle,
right there.
Smack in the middle.
Boy, I wasn't getting it. I wasn't getting any callbacks already. Boy, that's just gonna immediately put that list.
See, if anything else, you might get callbacks because people are like, this guy's kind of interesting. Mike's Tyson. Ooh, yeah, you could go tribal, like the tribal tattoo on your face.
There, just right on the side.
You know what?
My mother would love it.
I would pay phenomenal amount of money to see your parents' reaction to that. Phenomenal.
My mother might disown me, man. Like, I could come home and be like, "Mom, I like men," and she'd be like, "That's not okay." I come home with a face tattoo, and she's like, "Don't talk to me ever again, Leroy."
I'd love to see what your dad would do. A Packers G tattoo?
Absolutely.
Face tattoo first?
Go Georgia.
You'd get the face tattoo before you'd get a Packers G tattoo?
Yeah.
What about St. Louis Cardinals tattoo?
Yeah, you got better odds of getting a Steelers tattoo than I do of getting anything Packers or Cardinals.
No chance.
Right? So that tells you something right there, okay?
What about Illini?
All right, so good. Thanks for everyone for joining us here today on our show this evening.
Of your rivals, if you had to get one of them.
If I had to get one of them.
See, I would probably do Cubs.
Yeah. Can I do hockey? I know you don't consider it a sport, but
I mean, I guess
get a Blues tattoo. I'd get a Blues because that's a music note, so I can pass that one off.
Well, see, and I could say Cubs, and I could do Cubs in memoriam Leroy Klamola.
There you go.
1947 to 2020, whatever it is.
Such a dick.
I don't know what year you were born. I just was guessing. Probably would let my wife use him as target practice on him. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Christy, can Leroy get a face tattoo?
Hell no.
Ladies and gentlemen, I rest my case.
Yeah, there you go. We'll figure out something.
What are you doing? Making new bets or something?
No, absolutely not.
I don't believe that at all.
We would never do something.
Never do anything like
he's
that.
He's either gonna put the house on it, Christy, or he's going to get a face tattoo.
Yeah, second mortgage.
He knows a guy that can get him a good loan.
APR rate.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, Snowmageddon this weekend. Drive safe. Give yourself a little bit of extra time to get to where you need to go. And yeah, can't mess up. That's the bread box right there. Actually, that's the bread box. This thing right here. That's way more important than this is. I'll tell you what. Our ownership was like, we need to do more on video. And Grace and I looked at each other and went, yeah, we're not doing more on video. Like, we picked radio because we didn't have to be on video.
Well, we've lost that battle because we do plenty.
You have.
And listen, they love seeing Steven and myself. Love seeing Steven. Well, see, what's funny is so, and this will be the last thing we can wrap it up, is our first year we did video. We had a day where somebody else filled in to run our directing. And this is 2019. This is way back when. And he didn't really know what he was doing. And it was a football game. And after every single play, he would cut to me in the booth. And finally I had to tell him, like, dude, I'm not saying this to come off as a like as self-deprecating. I'm meaning it to be honest. They don't want to see me. Like, they do not want to see my face. The little bit he sees me is far and away enough. But too much. But yes. Good stories to tell. Leroy, stay warm. And hopefully we'll have a show next week because we haven't snowed in.
Yeah. We'll find out.
Have a good week. We'll see you next week.
See you, brother.